Welcome everybody, hope you're doing well today. I'm going to be talking about the book Star Wars The Old Republic Revan by Drew Karpyshyn, I think is how you pronounce his name. This was one that I've been wanting to get my hands on for a long time. I had really been wanting to read it. I actually listened to this on audiobook, and then after I finished the audiobook found it in a physical copy. I was very impressed with the audiobook. The guy who did it, I think, did a very solid job. There was also like music and sound effects which added a nice personal touch. This book is actually inspired by the video game Knights of the Old Republic, and it was intended to kind of bridge the gap between two video games that took place a couple hundred years apart in the Star Wars universe but had the same character. Like I said, I had very high hopes for this book. I'd heard lots of good things about it. The first 95% of the book I really did enjoy. There's just something about Star Wars books that I always thoroughly enjoy reading. Yes, I understand they're predictable. They're probably not much more than higher end fan fiction, but they're enjoyable reads for me. This, I did not like the ending very much. This book follows Revan. He's a character that was created for the Knights of the Old Republic video game, and he's been used, I think, in a couple of other video games. The book starts, and already in his past, the Mandalorian culture had declared war on the Republic, and the Jedi Order didn't want to intervene. Revan actually led a group of Jedi against the Mandalorians and ended up defeating them, and then went off to explore the unknown regions and was somehow turned to the dark side, came back and actually declared war on the Republic himself, and he was eventually captured by the Jedi Council, and they turned him back to the light side, but in the process wiped all of his memories. So the story starts with him being in his 30s and having a great deal of experience both in the light and dark side of the Force, still not really remembering who he is. He's haunted by these visions, and he goes off to try and figure out what exactly happened during the Mandalorian War and when he was in the unknown regions, and to try and discover what his visions could possibly mean. It is a very good book. It deals with Revan, who is a very interesting character, probably one of the more interesting Jedi characters in the Star Wars universe. It also deals a lot with the Sith Emperor, who is definitely one of the most interesting Sith characters in the Star Wars universe. The first 95% of this book I thought was really good. It was very enjoyable. I didn't really have any complaints about it at all. And then maybe even the first 98%. The last 2% are the ending. I thought was very anticlimactic and left me very unsatisfied with everything. I do understand that Drew Karpyshyn had a begin point and an end point, and there wasn't much he could do, so I'm not really blaming that on him. But there's still part of me that wishes that he'd had more creative license in how the book ended, because I thought it could have been a really, really good book. As it was, I would give it, I don't know, like a 6.5, 7 stars out of 10. It was definitely enjoyable. I liked it enough that after I had listened to it, I went out and bought a physical copy, if that tells you anything. But like I said, I just thought it could have been a little bit better. But all in all, it was a fun read. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Let me know if you've read this book. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, especially what you thought of the ending, because like I said, I thought that killed a lot of potential in the book. But until next time, y'all have a great day.